Hi everybody, and welcome back to floss tube number 3. I have so much enjoyed doing these floss tube videos. As a matter of fact, I made the decision to do it every 2 weeks to keep on a schedule, like I said in my first ones. But I found myself itching, jonesing to do another video just about a week out. I was like, do I have enough stuff to do a video? But I don't. Not fast enough stitcher, and I got a lot of things on my plate. So I restrained myself, and I'm sticking to the 2-week schedule. I'm going to be hardcore about it. But not only have I enjoyed making these, I've enjoyed the comments. And I love the subscribers, and I love the comments, and I love the hearts. I love commenting on other people's floss tubes. There's a lot of things about floss tube that I love. And I'm sitting here looking at myself filming this. And I trim my own bangs before Christmas because I'm letting my hair grow out to go all silver. I'm done. I'm 53. I'm done dyeing it. I'm proud of my gray hairs. I've raised 3 kids, tons of dogs. Life's happened, and I am proud of these silver hairs, so I'm letting them go. And but I noticed that when I trimmed the bangs this last time, all the brown is gone, and I'm really digging it. And sitting here looking at myself, I'm like, yeah, that looks sophisticated. I look like a wise woman, which we all know that's not true. But anyway, so you're going to start seeing more and more gray. I don't care. I love it, and I'm myself, so I talk fast and I got gray hair. Losing my teeth. Hey, I'm getting old. What can I say? Well, I've got to tell you that I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, first off. I hope everybody got to spend time with their loved ones. I hope people got a lot of food, a lot of stitching time, all of that fun stuff. And I say that because I had an absolutely wonderful, amazing Christmas. Because it's been the first time in many years that all 3 of my kids were home for Christmas. Michael is still in the Marines, stationed in Yuma. James got out in May, and he's staying with us. And then my daughter, well, didn't go to the military or Marines or anything like that. She's always been around, but yeah, so this is the first time in several years that all 3 of my kids were home. And then we got to thinking about it while at Christmas, and it was the first time that all the cousins have been together in 10 years. So all my sister's kids, my kids, and my brother's kids were all home for Christmas this year. So it was loud. It was a lot of energy. It was absolutely wonderful. So just seeing that and being a part of that made my Christmas absolutely wonderful. I didn't need any presents. As a matter of fact, I really didn't get any presents. And I'll tell you that story in a little bit. It's not a bad story at all. It's happening. I just have to wait for them. So all 3 kids in town for Christmas. Michael's still going to be here through January, so we'll have him for the new year. He will not be here next year for sure. He's being deployed. So he will be out of country somewhere doing something I don't want to know about. I'll tell you that right now. Just call me every once in a while, send me a letter. That's all I need to know. Let me know you're safe. So he will not be here next year. So it's really special that everybody was here this year. So I keep looking down because normally I tape my notes right here, but I hit the play button before I could do that. So we're going to go on down. I'll be looking down a little bit. I've had a really great 2 weeks since the last YouTube video too. And I'm going to get into that. But I've got to tell you that a couple nights ago, or last night, I was watching Leslie Hurley. And she's a new to floss tube. She's revamped her cross-stitching desire, I think. But anyway, but she's new to floss tube, and she's put out a few videos already. And I love her. She tickles me. When I see a new one, I watch it. She makes me laugh. She's got just a good attitude. But anyway, she was telling the story that what she got for Christmas. And she got some instruments, and it was kind of emotional, and I was happy for her and everything. But she got to telling that she couldn't sing. She can play a little bit, but she can't sing. And she's even been told before to mouth the words. Leslie, I got a story too, and I've got to share it with you. When I was 8th grade, little bitty town, Westphalia. There is 8 people in when my brother graduated from 8th grade, there was 8 people in his graduating class. I had a whopping 10 people, 5 boys, 5 girls in my graduating 8th grade class. And every year, we would do a special little sing-along for graduation, you know, and the people would come. Well, that year we were singing Bridge Over Troubled Water. And I love that song. And I don't know if you can tell, I can get a little passionate. I can get into things. And at the time, Westphalia School was an all-Catholic school, or not all-Catholic. It was a Catholic school, and the nuns were teachers. But it was going public. I mean, it was. I mean, I think I was the last one that really had nuns. But anyway, so the sisters are out there, and we're all on the stage in this old dance hall, because that was what it was, the dance hall. It was the school thing. It was the basketball courts. Anyway, it was just lovely. I was so sad when they tore it down many years ago. But anyway, so we're up on stage, and we're singing Bridge Over Troubled Water, and I'm giving it all I had. Like a bridge over, and I'm just getting into it. And the sister stopped, and they were like, let's start over. And I did it, and we started over, and I was like, da, da, da. And then when it got to that, like a bridge, and I just got into it again. So, and I don't sing well. I admit it. I'm not ashamed of it. I sing, but I don't sing well. So it finally got to the point where the sisters looked at me and said, Sherry, do you think you could just mouth the words? It destroyed me, because in my opinion, I was the only one out of all that 10 people in that graduating class that had any passion about that song. The rest of them were boring. Like a bridge over troubled water. Really? That's not exciting. Give the audience pumped up. Give them something. So I winded up mouthing the words for my 8th grade graduation, because the sisters thought I was just too over the top. So Leslie, I feel your pain about having to mouth the words. But you know what? I still sing, and I still sing badly, but I sing at the top of my lungs. Caroling is a blast for me, and I don't care. I'm not keeping harmony with anybody or anything like that. I am singing the songs, and I'm loving it. And that's what caroling's about. Singing and loving it. Well, shoot, that's what singing's about. Anyway, but I promise I will not sing on these videos. And I promise that I will move on now and get off the lip syncing. So anyway, what have I been doing for the last 2 weeks that has just been so wonderful for me? I had some Christmas parties. I will talk about the embroidery Christmas party a little bit later. Got to eat. Actually, I did pretty good about eating. Not too much of anything. I tried to be, wasn't that I was trying to be good? It just wasn't there. Like at Christmas, all the pies that came in just was not the pies that I wanted to eat. I wanted chocolate cream and I wanted lemon. But I had gotten sick before Christmas, like with a migraine, and out 2 days. And I mean, pretty bad. And so I didn't cook anything. I actually just picked up stuff like a vegetable tray the day of and stuff like the night before. Really, that migraine knocked my Christmas plans right out. But anyway, we still had a wonderful time, even though I didn't get to cook. My sister was sick too. We usually do Christmas videos where we do, because we were having a white trash Christmas. And we had plans like making redneck caramali, squid, and all these plans. It was going to be funny, and she was so sick. And then I had gotten sick beforehand, so all that went down the tubes. But that's all right. That's all right. We still had fun. We still had kids. We still had babies to play with. Another thing I got to do in the last 2 weeks since the last video is I got to go back to the needlework shop in Copper's Cove and got to speak to Lois. And there's another lady there, and I talk to her all the time, and I never get her name. And I'm making it a goal the next time I get a goal that the next time I go, I am going to get her name, because she is a marvelous person. Helpful and sweet. Can't wait to go back just because of them. And they invite me to come stitch with them all the time. But I already told you about the car situation. So, you know, that's not going to happen unless Robert takes the motorcycle. And in this weather, it ain't going to happen anytime soon. As a matter of fact, it's rainy and cold. And I look down because Daisy is right here with me. She's wrapped up in a blanket. I put her out while I go to the bathroom before I did the video. And she got really cold. You know, she's an old girl. And she's thin. And she's a dachshund, so she's got really cold, so she's right there beside me. I thought she was going to be in my lap, but I didn't know if I could actually do all this with her in my lap, so I'm glad she cuddled up in a blanket beside me. I got to stitch with a friend. Okay, and as you know, stitching with a friend doesn't mean you're actually stitching. She came over, she sat in the chair, I sat in the chair, we got our stuff out, and we talked. I don't think neither one of us put a stitch in anything. She even brought her knitting, you know, and didn't even do any of that. But that is okay because, you know, when you're with somebody that shares your love and your passion, it is fine not to sit there and put your head in the stitch. It's fine just to talk and have a good time. So I got to stitch with a friend. Got to spend a little extra time with my hubby because he was off an extra day because Christmas was on Monday. So there was an extra day in that, and that was pretty exciting. I always love spending time with him. Even if he's sitting in his chair and I'm sitting in my chair and we're both working on projects. Or even if he's in his shop and I'm in here. He's home and it's always, I can just walk out and talk to him and stuff like that. And then if he has to go to the bathroom, he has to come in, so I get to see him during the day. And I got to love on my dogs a lot. But you know I love my dogs. I love my Dachshunds and my Chiweenie and my American Bulldog. And my American Bulldog's over in the chair over there sleeping. You'll probably hear snoring because she snores loud. And Daisy's here. The boys don't come in. They like to pee on things. And I'm not going to have pee on my house. I let them in at one of the other houses. And they thought they had to mark everything. It drove me nuts. So I've got a grandfather clock now. That was my husband's grandparents. And Lord Almighty, if they peed on that, I'd have to lock them up forever. So anyway, they stay outside, and you know they're happy actually outside. They like Teddy especially loves being outside. So I got to love on my dogs and spend a little time with them. Now, the other thing that happened, of course, was Christmas and Christmas presents. And like I said, I didn't get any Christmas presents because my darling children and my husband ordered me something, and it hasn't arrived yet. Now, I know Michael and Sarah and James ordered something off 1-2-3 Stitch because they asked me a while back what I wanted. And I said, you know what, I really don't need or want anything other than I'm really in love with cross stitch right now. And I have a wish list. All you need is my email. And they had did it for my birthday. So they knew what to do. So I knew it was going to be something off that. So what I did, I went and cleaned up my wish list. Because I had things on my wish list that I liked, but it wasn't the top 10 or anything like that, you know. So I said, oh, you know what, if I get these, then I'll get that. And I put them on my wish list just so I could always keep an eye on them. So I went in and I cleaned all that stuff out because I wanted them to focus on the top 10 things that I wanted and let them choose from that. And at Christmas, they told me, I'm sorry if I sniff, my nose is funky. So I knew they were getting something from that. And so at Christmas, they told me, they said, Mom, we ordered you 3 things. And I was like, oh, great. You know, if there's 3 kids, so 3 things. And she said, I'm not going to tell you what we ordered you. She said, I don't know, you know, if you'll like all this stuff, the 3 things we ordered you. She said, but it was on your wish list. And what we did was we went down and we got 3 things that was actually in stock. She said, because a lot of the things on your wish list was out of stock. And we didn't want you to wait even longer for it to get in. So we just ordered 3 things that was in stock. And I said, you know what? If it was on my wish list, I know I'll like it. What my husband got me, I don't know. And he loves not telling me because I love to know ahead of time. I can't keep a secret when it comes to gifts or anything like that. I've got to tell him. So although I didn't get any Christmas presents to unwrap, we still did the Christmas thing. We had the white trash Christmas where everybody drew a name and we had to buy a present for somebody. And we could only buy the present at a gas station and not a Bucky's because Bucky's too much a class for a white trash Christmas. It had to be a gas station or a dollar store. And you had to just walk through and go, okay, I've got so-and-so, I'll give him this. And it was so much fun. So everybody at Christmas, everybody got to open one, and then we had to guess who got it for us. And it was so much fun. We'll probably actually do that gift exchange again next year, not call it a white. Last year was an Italian Christmas. This year was white trash Christmas. Every year we do a different style Christmas thing just to have fun. So what I did get from my niece and nephew, and I don't know if you can actually see it. I put some red in it, so I was hoping I'd be able to show it. Many years ago, well, not many, about 3 years ago, my nephew, Ty, got married to Allison. And I got invited to the bridal shower. Well, it was just me and my sister, which was the mother of the groom, at this wedding shower with all her family. We didn't know. And I looked over at one point, and it's going along, and everybody's having a good time. And I look over, and there is all this one table, and it's all round. And it's the older ladies of the family. It's the aunts and it's the grandmas, and they're all gray haired. And I was going to go, oh, look, isn't that an honor table? That is a table where all of the, I was going to say blue hairs or something like that. And I come out saying that's where all the silverbacks sit. And if you know me, you know I screw my words up all the time. Like I was trying to say bendy stitcher the other day, and I kept saying bendy stitching or something. I'm messing it up terribly. So anyway, I said, look, that is a table of honor. Look at all the silverbacks. So silverbacks have stuck in our family now for 3 years. Me, my sister, and my brother, and our husband, and our spouses are all the silverbacks of the family. If you don't know, both my parents are passed away. So my brother and my sister's parents are passed away. So the only older members we have is my brother-in-law's family. And they don't associate with us. I mean, they associate, but they don't, we're too loud and crazy for them kind of thing, so they just don't come over for Christmas that much. And Robert's parents live in Arizona, so they're never here for Christmas. And mine did. Anyway, so, Michelle's, my sister-in-law's, both her parents are passed away. So we are the oldest one in our core group. And so our sons and our nieces and our nephews and our daughters have named us, because of me, the silverbacks. We're the silverbacks of our family. And as a joke, I don't know if you can see it, maybe a little bit. Allison acid etched a goblet or a tankard with a gorilla. Me and my husband got this gorilla. Here's the head and the arms and everything. It's not real easy to see, but he got a beer mug and I got this with the silverback on it, which I love. I love things like that. So I'm going to set this back here because I'm going to need it because my nose is all acting crazy. So that was so cool. I'm 17 minutes in and she's just rambling. So the other thing that was really, really cool, as you know that I've told you before, I research and recreate, redact medieval recipes. I study the kitchens, I study the cooks, I study all of that. And it's absolutely wonderful. I love it. It's a passion. But when you get a recipe from that time period, what they tell you is take some pork, hack him up, boil him, fry him, get him done and serve him forth. That's kind of how it goes. They don't give you ingredients, temperatures, times, nothing. They don't give you any of that. So when I first get a recipe out of one of these manuscripts, it's just basic. And so the first few times I do this recipe, I do it all modern technique. So a couple years back, I was studying bread. Still like studying bread. Natural yeast, and things like that. So I was making a lot of bread. And so when I first start doing these recipes, I don't have to knead it by hand. Or I've got, you know, when the bread bows and all that came out popular where you put your little smalls in them, I have one that I actually make bread out of because of the study I do. But anyway, so the first few times I do it, I use all modern conveniences. And I had a KitchenAid. It was old. And I put the bread in there, and it didn't have enough watts to really knead it like it was supposed to knead. And it would rattle, and the screw in the back would start coming out. So I'd stand there while it did its kneading with a mallet, tapping the screw back in, the bolt, whatever it was that would held it up. Tap, 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 put it back in, let it go. And it would walk. You know, so my husband for my birthday a couple years back got me a new KitchenAid with better wattage so we could handle the bread making. And it's red. And so I named it El Grande Rojo. I don't know. It just sounded good. She's a big girl. She's red. And I named her. So my sister found these. I love it. And I'm going to sit here for a second. I did that because I'm hoping that that's the thumbnail that they choose instead of me doing this. Because that's usually what they choose. But anyway, it says El Grande Rojo on here. And it's absolutely gorgeous. This is just like what I have. This is the bowl. I have a lot of attachments. I'm so excited. And this just thrilled me when they gave me this El Grande Rojo. This is staying out all year because I really adore this. So, El Grande Rojo, I love you. I'll put you to the side now. All right. So, let's get to what we're here for, which is the stitching. And I'm only 20 minutes in and we're getting to the stitching, so I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, you saw this in a previous video, but I need your help. Make sure I get it right where it's going right. Remember this? It was a stamped cross stitch pattern. It measures 8.5 by 10 1/4. So 8.5 by 10 1/4. And I want to do something with it, but I don't know what I want to do. Of course, it would make a cute little pillow. I don't want to frame it. The material feels like pillowcase material. I don't think it would do a good flat fold. So, other than a pillow, comment below and give me some ideas for that. I really am at a loss. It and the other one will just sit in that box until I figure something out. I'm not a sewer. I've already said that. It'll kill me to do a pillow. But if that's the only thing I can do, then that's what I'll do. And it'll look lovely. And I'll put it in a bread bowl next Christmas. But anyway, give me some ideas. Comment below. What can I do? 8.5 by 10 1/4 inches. That's all I got. And it's a little wonky on one side. I'm good with wonky. Okay. Second thing I want to talk to you about is, oh darn, I was going to look up who did this. There was a lovely lady who created a spreadsheet with lots of tabs to keep track of your cross stitch, where you're at, your projects, your bags, your beads, everything. It was glorious. It's way more than what I need because I'm a beginner and I don't do Melibera's and nor Corbetts and full coverage at all. I don't do all that. I like the littler stuff. But anyway, I am going to get a full set of DMC floss. That is my goal. I was watching something the other day. Here, I'll lean up. I'm getting serious now. I was watching something the other day, and they were talking about people who wanted to get a full set and why. And there was different opinions. Like some people was like, there's no need to have a full set. I've never wanted a full set, never needed a full set. And other people are like, I like full sets. Well, in my opinion is, I want a full set because I don't like to make color changes. Maybe if I had the DMC color chart where you have the threads in it and you can go, oh, that looks a lot like that. Maybe I could do it then, but just thinking, looking through my floss, I get lost and I don't like doing it. So anyway, I want a full set for that. If I want to pick up an ornament and do it, I want it, if it says salmon, I want a salmon. I don't have to change it for a dark salmon even. I want to do it the way it says. Maybe I'll get better at it. I don't know. We'll see. I know there's some people out there that never the called for floss or never the called for fabric. That's fine. If you can do that, go for it. You have beautiful projects. I've seen your work. You got it. This girl does not have it yet. I'll get there. So anyway, I want a full set of floss. But in getting a full set of floss, I'm going to have to organize it in some way. This is my organization that I have for it. It's in this type of a tote. And I've got it in bags. And they're labeled with the numbers that are in here. Now, as I get more floss, I have to, you know, spread it out a little bit more. This is what I've got so far. I got quite a bit. Nowhere's near the full set. Nowhere's near the full set. So, then in doing that, I also don't want to buy two of one color. I go to Hobby Lobby, and I usually buy a handful, 5, 6, 10, whatever I can get away with. But on my phone, I have a DMC Google Doc telling me what I have and if I need any. And so if there's any in the need column, I go on and pick that up. But then I pick up some extra ones. Well, I don't want to pick up another $3.49 when I know I have a $3.49 at the house because right now my goal is to get a full set. So I'd rather waste that 53 cents on one that I don't have. So anyway, I was starting to do some projects the other day, and $3.49. I needed it for something little I was doing, and I'm like, oh, I know that number, and I know I have that, and it wasn't in my. It was marked like I had it, so I knew it was in a project somewhere. And I kind of thought about it, and I was like, cowboy boots, and I went over. Sure enough, looked through, there it was, cowboy boots. I had it. Took it out of the cowboy boots because they're resting for all of December, so I don't need it in there. So I took it, put it in that one, and I'm working on it. I'm fine with doing that. Some people don't want to go swap it out. That's fine. I wanted to. So I thought, I got to have a better system for being able to find where I have put my floss. So I kind of took her idea and made it just mine. Very simple, very easy for me. So all it is, if you can see it, I'm going to try to hold it up where you can see it. Right there, it has the chart name, it has the start, the finish, it has the fabric, color, and count, it has the FFO plans, in case I just have something that I want this to be this, you know, I'll put it there. Now, it has project bag. I laugh because I don't have any project bags. I'm not going to sew any project bags. Might buy some in the future. Don't know. They're beautiful. I just want them because they're pretty. But I do have some bags that I put stuff in. But for the majority, my project bags are Ziploc bags, and they work fine. So anyway, and then special notes, like my series, I wrote in here, day 1, finished, started, kind of thing like that. Second day of Christmas, finished, started. So little special notes in there. But this is what I really needed here. It says floss. And so I'll put in there DMC. And then I'll write the numbers of the flosses in it. So I can look back at my notebook, which I found a notebook, and look for that project and know that what floss is in there. Like ornaments, I'm looking at it right now, ornaments. I know that there's 725 is in there. So if I need 725 for another one, I know that I can go to here. So I don't know how well that's going to work for me, but that's my first attempt at it, and we're going to go with it. The other thing is I'm seeing people doing their roundup for 2017, and then what they're going to do for 2018. So being that I just started a few months ago, I don't have a lot of 2017 stuff, but I do have 2018 plans. And I want to be able to go back at the end of 2018 and look at it. And then like anything that I did in 2017, I'm going to put behind a tab that says 2017 and then 2018. And anything that's not done in 2018 will move over to 2019. Just developing this system as I go to see how I like it. Hopefully we'll never have a ton of whips because I am busy in so many areas that I really can't see having that many whips because I would be whip driven to get them done. And so I have to restrain myself because I've still got embroidery and crochet stuff that I want to also incorporate in here, which I'm going to incorporate in this book too. There's going to be a crochet section in this book, so I can keep track of anything I do because I've done so many baby blankets. I've done so many blankets I gave my nieces and nephews their blankets this year. I was so happy. Then I like to keep track of, and maybe snap a little picture and put in there or something. I don't know, little scrapbook of my projects. So this is my beginning idea, and I will of course work on it more as I move along, develop it, you know, thing. So speaking of DMC floss, I was at the Needleworkers shop. I'm sorry, I'm getting a tickle. Needleworkers shop in Copper's Cove. And they were cutting me some fabric that I needed. And I asked them, I said, do y'all have the new flosses in yet? And they were like, oh yeah, we have new flosses. I was like, really? And then she said, get this. And today we're having a 35% off sale. So all that floss you buy would be 35% off. I was like, this is a no-brainer. I'm getting the floss. So I looked over at my husband, who, you know, was down at the Army Surplus, and he came up and is standing there. And my son came too, because we eat burgers at Fry's right there at it, because they're good burgers. And I looked at him, and I said, they got the new floss. And Lois goes, and it's 35% off. And he just shook his head, and, you know, with his, you know, and I knew. So I got him. I got that, and I got what I wanted. But, and I know people have shown you the flosses, but I'm going to show them to you too, because it's mine. Isn't this lovely? So very lovely. There's the purples. And of course, these do not do them justice. And as you see, like here, I've labeled which ones are in this bag and which ones are in this bag. But this is 30 through 35. And then here's those. I'm telling you, they're gorgeous. This is 1 through 10. I love it. So anyway, that's my new flosses. Got them labeled. I have them in this bag until I could show you. So there's my flosses. I'm going to put that down there in my floss bag. So I'm pretty excited about getting them done. Now, I'm going to show you Char's wedding gift. I showed y'all that I was almost done with it a while back. And I thought on the last video, I was like, I got to get this bad boy finished. I got married March. But now I found out they have put it off. Now they're already legally married, but they're putting their ceremony off and they're not going to have it in March. Can't find the venue or something that they want. And so they're going to put the party off for a little bit longer. So I, like a dummy, posted this picture when I got done. Posted it on Facebook. And then I got to thinking after I did it, I was like, Char's going to see that. She sure is going to see her wedding present. She doesn't know that it's her wedding present. And the initial that I put on here is stylized, and you really can't even tell, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So I got it back out. I looked at it, decided in that spot that I couldn't find what I wanted to put in there. I wanted to put flowers right there. And I know you can't even tell what that is. I put an E in there because their last name starts with an E. And I chose this pretty stylized E. So what I thought, until I put it on the project, and you can't really tell it's an E. Now, if you're close and you're not on camera, you can tell it's an E. If you know, if I tell you, hey, that's an E, you're going to go, that's an E. And she'll know it's an E. So the embroidery part of this is finished. However, I was talking to my husband, and I said, I want to get this framed and give to them because it's beautiful. And he agreed. And I said, but you know what I really would like? I'd really like for you to make me a leather round frame with their names and the date they got married in it. And he thought about it for a little bit, and he said, all right, I can try to do that. So I'm glad they put it off a little bit longer because we're going to try to get a custom frame made out of leather. And that way, she's friends with me and him. That way, it shows my craft and my love for her. And then the frame will be Robert's craft and his love for her because she's a really good friend. And so the embroidery's finished. We got a few things to get through again. Really busy. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then he will be able to work and design because he's going to have to design it and come up with how we're going to do it. You know, shoot for the moon, and if you fail, you fall among the stars. So we're shooting for a leather frame, and if we don't quite get that, we'll go with what we can get. But Char's thing is finished, and I will of course show that to you when it's all done because it's going to be amazing when it gets done. Okay, I showed y'all on the last one that I was doing the 12 Days of Christmas, and that I had found it free. Plum Street Samplers, Paulette, had released it. It had been a stitch along a couple years back. She released it for free. And I've been looking for something. I wanted to do a series, and I'd seen other people doing them, and I just was like, yeah, that's nice, that's nice. And then Nana's Nita, she said that, and I was like, really, a free 12 Days of Christmas? So I went and looked for it. I do a lot of free, and I look in the magazines because I don't have a lot of patterns, and that's where I get them right now. But anyway, I finally found it, and I said, I like it. Okay, so we're going to start over again and talk about the 12 Days of Christmas. So I got the free one, and I started working on the first day, and when I showed it to you last, the only thing I had done the bird and the crayon, I believe, and a few of the pears. So I finished that one. And what I love about this one so much is it is 1/1, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Rough on my eyes, but absolutely love it. And this material, like I said before, is found material. Couldn't tell you anything about it. Did take it to the Nedlewerkes shop, and they said that they could match it pretty close. So I'm happy with that. So when I run out of what I have here, I can go find some. So my goal was to work starting in January, every month work on one. So this would be my January one, first day. Well, like I said, I fell in love with it. So I went on and did the second day. Let me get that close. Fell in love with this one too, and got it done. I actually finished this the night before I got really sick, so I'm glad I got it finished. So this would have been actually my February one. So I'm a little ahead of the game on this, but I'm excited about it, and it's okay. But everything has went to the side right now, and I'll get to that in a little bit for some other projects. So second day, I love it. Then, you know that I was working on these ornaments. Ordered these because I wanted to do some more ornaments for Christmas. And last time I showed you this, I only had the pink one done. but now I've worked a little bit on the green one. And then put this aside because I got crazy about the 12 Days of Christmas like I do. But I will finish this one. It's not that I'm upset, tired, bored, or anything of it. Just got something else going. And now I've told y'all before that I put away the illuminated manuscript and the boots so that I could have, I could work on Christmassy stuff and wintery stuff and not feel like I needed to do that. So I put them to sleep in timeout and wanted to work on some things. And I showed you that on my last video that I was totally kitted up and ready to go with Wiener Winterland. Anyway, so Wiener Winterland, I love it. Anyway, so it was all kitted up and ready to go. So I grabbed it last night, the night before, I don't know, and started putting some stitches in it, and just lost myself. Didn't go to bed till 2 o'clock this morning. But this is what I got done. I'm loving it. I got a little piece of that dog done. I got the house done. Got some flowers done. I'm super stoked about it. I love it. I can't wait to do all the series in these one more time because I love it so much. Look at that house. That house is pretty. And I made that needle minder right there. It's a little skunk. I don't know why. I just liked it. That dachshund is so cute. Love it. So that's some stuff that I've been working on. Now some new business. All right. One of the things in my hobby group, and I talk about my hobby group a lot. Oh, darn, I forgot to get the hat. I might pause you and go get the hat. I will pause you. Okay. So one of the things about my hobby group is there's levels that you can achieve. Like if you fight like the, let's think the knights, then you can, there's the highest rank you can get is called a peerage, is the knighthood. For arts and sciences, study, it's a laurel, and it's like equal to a knight, laurel. Service, it's a pelican. Three Musketeers, Master of Defense is a peerage. So there's 4 peerages within the SCA, and you know, you can get into more than one orders or peerages, but once you get to the laurel, there's really no higher place to go in the ANS. It takes a while to get there. Don't get me wrong. It's like getting sometimes it's like getting a master's degree, or at least a bachelor's. There's a lot of research, study, and work into getting a laurel. There's a lot of service into getting a pelican. So, in the hobby group, I got announced that I was going to be a pelican. I might have mentioned it in the other one. I'm not 100% sure. So, now I've got a lot of things to do by March 30th. One of the things you do when you get elevated, and there's a big ceremony, and that's going to happen March 30th, is you have a vigil, because that's what knights did before they became a knight. They had a vigil. We try to recreate the best of the Middle Ages. And you sit there and people come in and they talk to you and they give you words of wisdom and things like that. It's just a beautiful ceremony. Well, when I became Laurel 10 years ago, I had that. It was very sophisticated. It was very nice and lovely. But this is my second peerage. So I want to do something a little bit different. So instead of having a vigil where I sit there all sophisticated and everything, I'm going to have a tapas bar. Not topless, tapas. Think appetizers, Spain appetizers. And where they have tapas bars where you go get their tapas and their drink. And in Spain, they roam around and they go to these different bars. It's a thing over there. Anyway, I want to have that. Have a tapas bar set up in a tent. Have drink and appetizers. And people can come in and out and we can talk and have fun and discuss. And they can give me advice or whatever they want to do. So that's one of the things I want to do. And I have to have a dress and I have to have all this stuff. So I am working on, there's a badge to all these peerages and all these orders. And this is the badge of the pelican. And it's where the pelican is supposed to be where they pluck their own breast and bleed and feed their chicks. The chicks aren't in the nest. I haven't drawn them in yet. So there's the pelican plucking out chest, some blood sputing, and the nest, and 1/2 of the laurel's wreath. So I'm embroidering that. And I'm going to take that out and it's going to be appliqued onto onto something. I don't know. There's a lot of things I got to do. So, anyway, so I wanted to show you some embroidery that I actually have done. The second thing that, in January, that I want to get started, you've seen these little freebies where they have January, February, March. So you can do a series. I want to do one of those. Like I want to do the 12 Days of Christmas. I want to do these. So I went and the Needleworkers shop. And I got the material for it. People, this is linen. She said, if you worked on even weave, you can work on 28 count linen. And I'm like, just do it. Let's just step right in and do it. I can do linen. So I'm going to start this in January. I'm all ready. I've even got the bag with all the floss and everything. I just took it out so it wouldn't glare. So I'm ready to go with Mr. Foxy for January as soon as January hits. But some of the things that I've had to kind of put some of this away because I wanted to work on something special. One of the things for this elevation is I asked a friend of mine to do my scroll for my elevation. And what that is, it's an illuminated manuscript, usually in some way tilted towards you in the pictures. Certain words are said on it. They are beautiful works of art. I will, underneath here again, I'm going to write it right here, SCA tag down there. And you look at the SCA and you look at illuminated manuscripts. And you're going to be amazed at the work of art. So I've asked this sweet lady to do mine. And it's a big undertaking. So I was like, I don't want to just say, thank you. I want to give her something back too. Now, I don't have time to thank everybody that way. So I had to think something small, quick, that I can give to her and give to other people. Because I have a lot of people helping me. So while I was not feeling well, I got out all my magazines that I got at the thrift store. And I said, I'm going to look for a thank you thing. And the first magazine I picked up and opened up, it had a thank you. And this was it. It says thank you with a wreath of flowers. I added the heart. I added a couple little things. So I put everything aside to get this finished. It only took me a couple days. But I thought, because as you see, it's not backstitched, the flowers. And I thought, I'm going to go in and back. Did you see it? I didn't see if I put it up there good enough for you. Okay. I thought, well, I'm going to go in and backstitch it on my own. And so I tried, and it didn't look good. I was like, maybe it's just not meant to be backstitched. I don't know. That blows my mind. Oh, and I got to, since that Christmas this year, I got to give the crocheted blankets to my 2 nieces and nephew. Well, great nieces and nephews. They're my nieces' kids. And it's been over 2 years I've been working on trying to get these blankets done to give to them. So it's so great to see them. And I'm going to insert some pictures probably at the end of this video so that y'all can see them. Along with, I found a picture of the baby blanket that I gave out a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going to try to put like the scarf that I did on the video too. So y'all can, hopefully there will be some pictures at the end of this video. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is, it's been shown in other videos, and I understand that. So, you know, zone out, go get a drink, whatever you want to do. This. Okay. We all know it's went crazy all of a sudden in Floss tube. Well, before it was crazy, something on the Homestead. I can't think of all her channel name. Anyway, she showed this, and then she showed the other book that she did. I can't think of her. Something on the Homestead. Anyway, and this looks like the pattern that Stitch and Mommy did for her mother. Her mother's name is Joy, and she did it. It's similar. It's not the same thing. It's similar. And she did the Joy in blue, and it had a wreath of flowers around it just like this. Well, before it got all popular, I saw this when she showed it, and I said, I got to find that. And I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere. And then all of a sudden, it's all over Floss tube. I'm like, that happened fast. Which I'm glad it did, because someone posted where they got it. Herrschners, I want to say. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, so as soon as they said it, I'm like, what? And I got on their webpage, and they had some, so I ordered one. I should have just went and ordered the second book too, but I didn't. And I love this. I'm going to show you. This is the one. I want to do this very bad. So badly. But when I got this book, and there's been flip-throughs, and I'm not going to do a flip-through of this book, but there are some pictures in here that I want to show you that when I saw, there's nothing in this book that I wouldn't stitch, and that is so weird. Everything, the colors appeal to me, the style appeals to me, but there's some that just really stick out, like that. Really? Oh my God, I love it. Look at the colors. Look at the shine on that green. Look at it. Oh my God, I keep telling you, look at it, look at it. But it is absolutely beautiful. And I really and truly want to do those. Hang with me. I've got them marked. Worry not. Isn't that pretty? The colors on that. Look at the color on the town in the claws. It's adorable. It's adorable. Another one that I want to stitch out of this book. It's beautiful. Like I said, there's none. There's some that's like, oh my God, I gotta stitch it. And there's some that's like, I want to stitch that. And there's some that's like, you know, I might want to stitch that for a friend. But there's everything in here. This one is very special to me. Let me hold it up here so you can see. It said, I'll be home for Christmas. You know what? If you got kids in the military, kids out of town for college, kids somewhere, when you hear those words, I'll be home for Christmas, it's absolutely melts your heart, because they can come home all the time and it melts your heart. I get that. But Christmas time is something special. It is so special when they say, I'm going to be home for Christmas. And since Michael's going to be deployed next year, I read this and it kind of made me cry a little bit. Anyway, this is a little doggy here. Look at that. So Michael and James grew up with the Dachshunds and the Chiweenie. Like I said, they're old. And when James came home from boot camp, 13 weeks of boot camp, he came home, the Dachshunds went nuts to see him. So that made me think of the first time he came home after boot camp. The American Bulldog was a puppy. James is already gone. And was a puppy when we got it. And Michael was here for her first year. And when he came home, she was like, Michael, Michael, it's Michael. And so that doggy in that door just brings this picture together for me. I absolutely love it. And this is beautiful. The color, the gold, the writing, that is absolutely gorgeous. I want to do that one too. Like I said, everything in here is doable for me. I love it. Maybe not for everybody, but for me, certainly. So, one of the best things I've bought in a long time. Love it. And if I decide that there's something else in here that I want to do, and I actually start working on it, I will show you. So, moving along. And I went to the Juanita Workwear shop. They had grab bags. So, I got me a $10 grab bag. That says over 1 ornaments. I have not opened this. I'm opening it with you because I took the tape off, but I didn't open it. So I want to share it. I'm going to dump them out. And let's see what they are. I'm excited. Laser cut ornament bittersweet. Oh, that's a pretty one. Look at that. Look at that. I've wanted one of these. Ah, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. Another one. These are going to be fun. And they're all labeled $11 on the back. And I got the whole thing for $10. This one's labeled 7. Oh, these are going to be fun. Look at that one. That is great. I chose the right bag because these are just lovely. Wow. This one on the back says $16. Why is that 16? I don't know. It's pretty. Oh, look at this one. This has a thingy in it and floss and material. And there it is. That's going to be fun. That's exciting. Here's another one with the wooden disc in it. Wow. There's a lot. I got 3 more to go. This one's labeled $12. People, friends, this one's labeled $12. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of those for $10. I'm pretty stoked that I'm glad I got to share that with you. Really did. When I got out of the needleworker shop, I was like, how long do you think it's going to be before I rip this open? And my husband goes, don't you think maybe you could do that on your YouTube channel? And I was like, great idea. So thank him for me doing that. But anyway, I love that. That's amazing. Making sure I got everything that I wanted on there. All right. I told you that I'd tell you about the Embroidery Guild party. It was so much fun. I made little mugs with candy canes and candies in them and different things. And then, so everybody that came got a gift from me. And what we did, everybody brought a $10 gift certificate, a gift card from wherever, you know, it was a surprise. You could bring it from wherever, and a pair of Christmas socks. And you stick your card in there. And we did a poem or a story. And we all got in a circle. And the story was read like, you know, one guy's name was Lefty or something. And every time they said left, you handed your thing to the left. Every time they said right, you handed your thing to the right. And so there was a lot of right, left, and then there was a long pause. It was so much fun. We had a great time. We went around, just fun. Everybody was laughing and joking because we were dyslexic and couldn't get our rights and lefts going right. But it was great. We had a wonderful time. So next month, January, we'll start the Embroidery Guild up, kicking and going, learning some more stuff. Okay, now the medieval side. I've talked a little bit about the medieval side already, but the dress that I want to wear is called a Houppelande, and I might tag it below so that you can see the picture or something, so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about when I talk about the dress. Well, anyway, so the dress is, it belts here, high-waisted, it's flowy, it's V, it's got a thing right here. It's gorgeous, and I've got this pretty burgundy velvety stuff that it'll be made out of. So there's also a hat that goes with it, with the veil. And I was like, I got to see if I can make this hat. So I gathered stuff from my house that I already have, and I started working on a hat for it. And so this will be the hat. Isn't that amazing? So anyway, what it is it's got a truncated hennin. Here's the front of it, because like I said, I made it out of stuff that I had, so it's not perfect, but it's great. So it'll sit on your head, kind of tilted back like this, and you can have a veil on it hanging from here. You can have the veil that comes down to here. Different ways to wear the veil. This is not one that I'll be wearing. This is a practice one. My daughter will probably actually wear this one. I'm going to make one out of the burgundy that matches the dress, and then I'll make another one that is the signifies that you're a pelican color hat. It's hard to get into. But anyway, so my medieval side is I did the hat. And you'll be seeing more of my medieval side because, you know, got a lot of stuff going on. Man cave time. You know, I always brag about my honey, about some of this leather stuff that he does, because he's amazing at it. So this time I'm going to show you the epic mug. This is that handle. He made the handle. It's decorated even on that side. It goes all the way around. Comes around the front. Look at the decorations on the bottom. It's leather on the bottom. He actually uses it. You can see that it's used. It is pine tar in here. So when he first did it, you can taste a little piney with your drink. It's fine. It's meant to do that, so you're not going to die. It's hard because he hardened it. It's hardened leather. But anyway, he constructed the handle. He put the handle on. He did all the stitching. He did all the decorating. The man is amazing, I'm telling you. And he just keeps on surprising me. I can't wait to show you the shoes he's making me for the elevation. That's going to be, you're just going to be blown away by those. So anyway, this is what I wanted to show you for the man cave section for my honey, because it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look, want to take a drink out of it? That's how big it is. He actually measured it. It'll hold a 6-pack of beer. It's huge. I mean, that bottom is my hand right there, you know. So pretty big, pretty wonderful. So everybody's talking about 2018 plans. So here are my plans. My 2 big projects, Illuminated Manuscript, Cowboy Boots. My plan in January is to put stitches in them every day. Hopefully I can get in the morning, choose one, put a few stitches in. Evening, choose one, put a few stitches on. If I can work on them throughout the day, great. But my goal is to every day put a stitch in them. Do I know that won't happen? Yes, I do. But that's my goal. And so if it happens 75% of the time, excellent. If it doesn't, for that 25%, I'm still good. I'm still good. So every day, put a few stitches in it. And you know what? I could do that on Mondays when I watch Pam and Steph, and on Tuesdays when I watch Mindy Bendy. I'm horrible. Bendy stitches. Anyway, so the next one is to work on my series. My 12 Days of Christmas, which, you know, I want to do, the first day was going to be January, second day is going to be February, third day is going to be March. So I want to keep working on that, to have those completed by the end of the year and made into whatever I'm going to make them into, probably ornaments, because I didn't make them on the big one. And then work on the monthly one, like February, March, and April. And I want those done because I'd like, I just, for some reason I want those. I don't know why, what I want to do with them even. Probably make little pillows or something, although I hate sewing, out of those. So that's my goal, is to work on this series every month and to complete it month. My other goal is to stay motivated to do that. I've watched a lot of Floss tube videos where people start out strong and hard on their sows and stuff, and then they flutter out. And so one goal is not to flutter out. One goal is to stay and just keep making it happen and loving it to make it happen. So anyway, so that's one of my goals. If I get, because you know I've ordered Here There Be Monsters from Elizabeth's Designs, from the needle workshop. I still haven't gotten it. It's been a couple months, still haven't gotten it. Check on it. She's waiting too, she said. But anyway, I'm in no hurry. But when that comes in, that's going to be added. And I want to, because I'm not going to do it in different colors, because that's not what appealed to me. It really didn't appeal to me. I thought it was nice until I saw it in one color. And I was like, I want to do that. That appealed to me. It'll be in blues or greens. I don't know which one yet, but I'll make that decision when I get it. So if that comes in, it better come in, I want to add that and work on that during the year. And of course, finish up all my Christmas ornaments that are sitting here that need to be finished up on. And I'm talking about fully finished, get them finished. So not a lot of, I don't have a lot of things like some of you do, but I do have some plans, and I want to move forward. And I know that'll change, because now that I opened up this thing, you know, I'm going to grab one of those out and do it. So things do change. Shout outs. I got to tell you, I had so much fun watching YouTube. I got to watch Craft in Korea, and it's Floss Tube number 0, because she's never done cross stitch, and she's going to take us along with her as she learns it. The cool thing is she's actually from Texas, but she's living in Korea and has for the last few years. So I loved her little personality. I've even chatted with her once on message, left her a message. The other one is All About Embroidery. She's from the Ukraine. She's got some beautiful work. She's got an Etsy shop. So go check her out. I'll, of course, put it down below. All About Embroidery. The last new to me, or new to Floss Tube, is Abigail's Needles. She's from Paris. And I was listening to her, and what I got so excited about is she's giving a giveaway. And the giveaway is like, I don't do giveaways unless I know for sure that I'm going to stitch that. Unless it's a B. Then I just got to do it because it's a B. But she's doing a giveaway. But what she's doing is she's asking to be put into the giveaway. Send her a postcard. Send her an email, or email her at Plum. She'll send you her address. Send her a postcard. I can't wait to do that. And as a matter of fact, I will probably steal that idea, because it's a wonderful idea. So go check her out. Oldie but goodies, Buckeye Stitcher. Oh my God, I love watching her. She's amazing. She works with big cats. That's her last few videos. She's mentioned that. She's doing some grieving over a pet, so she had some therapy, shopping therapy. But go watch that video, because she picked up some wonderful stuff, and she's a lovely lady. Minnie Gray. She just finished an amazing piece. It's like a sampler, but oh, it's got all these colors. It's gorgeous. And she sounds so very sweet when you listen to her. She's got lots of really nice projects going. She's just did some haul. She's got some good stuff going. I'm going to say this wrong. Stitcherista. We all know she got 4,000 subscribers, so everybody's probably seen her. But what I like is that she does a lot of product review. And so if I'm thinking about something, she's probably reviewed it. And I can just look at one of her things. So I love that about her. Keep that up. I like that. You're helping new stitchers out a lot by doing that. So that's my shout outs. I think I'm pretty much done to the end. I will try to insert some pictures and some links. And I will say, put some thread in a needle and get to stitching. Bye, y'all.